And it was quite a display as the Trailblazers are.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. They've got Jones, Damian Lillard out there with Powell. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. And for Los Angeles, Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka, then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the 1 spot. Now, here is George. Off target with his 3.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Powell against George. Passes to Beverly. To the paint. George against Powell. 5 to shoot. Knocks down the step-back J.
And PG, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
And it's Lillard missing.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And the wide-open shot from Morris. Great positioning on the putback.
Great anticipation. He has great hands. Kawhi gobbles up second chance opportunities.
Pass to Powell. Lillard against Beverly. And Lillard kicks to Powell. Pulls up, high post, and it's Lillard again missing.
Easy chance from mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Clippers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Beverly dishes to Morris. Outside, George. Rebound by Nurkic.
The will is there, but the execution is lacking. He can't seem to finish plays this quarter.
Jones, the pass to Powell. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Great defense by Serge, a tremendous athlete, blessed with insane length and leaping ability.
For the Trailblazers, Zach Collins checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Derek Jones. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile 1 block we just saw on replay.
And early in the game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
And here's Collins. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. They trail by 1. In the corner, Powell with it. Bangs home the trifecta. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
and now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Now, here's Beverly. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
A nice shot by Simons.
Yeah, quick thinking, wins Dame, assist. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
Beverly against Lillard. And it's Beverly missing. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Zach Collins. Harry Giles comes in for Norman Powell, and McCollum subbed in for Lillard. Here's Simons. He dishes it to Cantor. Releases. Pass to Simons. Here's McCollum. Connects in the foul line jumper.
Oh, great ball movement there.
23 seconds left here in the first quarter. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Outside Jackson. Now the pass to Kennard to end the run, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Portland out in front. They lead by 6. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at the Trail Blazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
We've got DeMarcus Cousins. Paul George is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 2-guard spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Now, here's Kennard. Doesn't go that time. Here's Simons. The Clippers grab the miss. And George kicks to Zubac. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Over Anthony. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down to just 4 points with the bucket from Zubac.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Now here's McCollum. Portland no good that time either.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
From deep, George drills it from outside. George has got his second bucket of the night.
One of George's main strengths, able to stretch the floor with his outside shooting.
Now, here's Kennard. Not a lot of room for 3. That shot, no good. And it's Portland the other way. Tries again. Cousins finds Kennard. Lets it go from 11. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Cullen passes to Anthony. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Good on the 3-point shot. Kennard's got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers. The Trailblazers have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Here's George following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Kennard against McCollum.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft. That or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
Kennard's shot is off.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Stolen away. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Outside Leonard. Kicks it to Ibaka. 6 to shoot. Back to Leonard. Beyond the arc. They get the rebound, and Ibaka is right there. And the Clippers lead by 4.
And made only about a quarter of their shots in the first. Totally flat, but they bounced back and built a lead here with a much better second quarter.
Here's Lillard. That one a little long. Here's the Clippers. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. On the wing, Morris. From deep three-point range, an absolute bomb from three-point range. And it's a 7-point Los Angeles lead. Beverly against Lillard. Cantor, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Now here's Jackson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Feeds to Ibaka. And Cantor pulls it down. Trailblazers trail by 5. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Passes it to Lillard. The second effort. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
And, you know, Cantor can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I know I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
And stolen by Lillard. Outside Collins with 1 on the clock. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They've got a 3-point lead. Can he give a shot? And
if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Paul George really making a difference here.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, if you want to get into your offense quickly before the defense can set up, creating turnovers is a great way to do it.
On the floor for Portland, they've got Powell. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Jones. And it's Lillard in a point guard. And the Clippers making a switch here. Kennard's checked in. Now here's Beverly. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Pass to Leonard. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. Pass to Kennard. Clock at 6. Shoots over Powell. Kennard's shot is off.
His struggles from the field continue, yet they still hold the lead.
The shot by Powell, no good. Clippers leading by 3. There's the 3. Kennard's shot is off.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
Out to Morris. Jacks up a 3. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That'll be his second foul of the game. A different look now for Portland. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Derek Jones. McCollum comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Simons surveying the D. And a wide open look for McCollum. Portland no good that time either.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
And as he gets deeper into his career, Serge Ibaka's shooting continues to improve. What a great job he's done of changing how he scores.
It's very impressive because a late bloomer Serge Ibaka has been on the offensive end. Let's look at last season, his highest point per game average, and he's in his 11th NBA season. And still has great efficiency on the offensive end, but sometimes he's overlooked as a scorer on this team.
McCollum, no good.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Leonard, the pass to Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Kawhi has all the physical gifts, and the one thing I love, he really can pass.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
McCollum, no good.
He's doing what he can to help them cut into this lead. His shot just isn't quite there tonight.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Releases from 15 with the putback. And staying with the play, Anthony. Anthony's got his first basket of the night.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Jackson dishes to Batum. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Clippers lead by 5.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Here's McCollum. And it's sent back by Leonard.
Strong instincts and positioning. Kawhi read that shot all the way.
The 3 from George. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 5th rebound in this one. And the basket by McCollum.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
And you know what? There was probably a better matchup on the floor, but when it goes in, nobody complains.
The pass to Leonard. It's George on the wing. Over McCollum. Good D by McCollum. Trailblazers trail by 3.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Leonard, no luck.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
You know, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
George with no one around. Buries the long-range jumper. George has got 10 points in the game.
Great hustle by Paul, using his speed in the open court, and then, of course, he's an excellent finisher.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
And we've reached the end of the 3rd. Clippers ahead, up 6. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the 4th quarter. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. 6-point lead. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverly. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Kennard in a shooting guard. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Now, here's Zubac. Over Collins. Collins with some nice D.
I like it. That's a great battle at the rim. He just couldn't finish.
Lillard against Beverly. Lillard left side. Yep, that one goes in there.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
Here's Beverly, following the score by Damian Lillard. Kennard on the wing. This one for 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. Kennard's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
3-pointer, Lillard. It's good from long range.
First 3 of the half, 2nd of the game. Can he heat up?
Kennard against Powell. To the middle, stolen by Collins. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Lillard. Powell trying to free himself up. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by Jones.
What a turnaround for him since the half. More aggressive and more effective.
Beverly against Lillard. Beverly the pass to Cousins. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
That's just being out of sync and at the worst time, costly.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Leonard comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. Marcus Morris is checked in for Nicholas Batum.
Timeout.
And it's Paul George in for Patrick Beverly. And then for the Trailblazers, Hollis Jefferson comes in for Derek Jones. And McCollum subbed in for Powell. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Cantor comes in for Robert Covington. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He told them we've got to make the most of every chance right now. This is a winnable game, but we've got to make plays. Guys, we'll see if they can come back.
Thank you, David. The shot by Lillard, wide open. Drains the three-pointer. Lillard's got 12 points here in the second half. George against McCollum. The three. George, no good. The Trailblazers have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. The offensive rebound. Nurkic kicks to McCollum. Here's Lillard, and it's good off the back rim and in. And that's 17 points for Damian Lillard.
He lives for moments like this because he wants to be the guy to hit the clutch shot.
And the Clippers call time here.
And he has not been on his game here. He's forcing a lot of shots, and the team is suffering because of it. It's time for him to focus on getting his teammates involved.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Damian Lillard.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
Here's McCollum. Cantor kicks to McCollum. Passes it to Lillard. Just 5 on the clock. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock.
And the swag Nurkic plays with, it's infectious. He doesn't back down from taking a big shot.
Now, here's Kennard. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. Kennard's got the game tied up here for Los Angeles. Portland's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Lillard fires away from way outside. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Nurkic with the steal. And now Portland on the break. The 3 from McCollum. Trifecta.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Now here is George. Fires from deep. Good. A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
Paul George loves these situations. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to deliver.
From past the arc. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak up.
The coach's challenge has been issued. First game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
The consummate team player, Paul George, is an excellent leader, and he's cool to let others lead also. Tremendous showing of confidence by getting those two to fall.
It falls! What a beautiful shot to bring them to within 3.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. They've got Kyrie Irving. Durant is out there with Jordan. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Brown in at the 2-guard spot. And for Los Angeles, they've got Paul George. Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. 2 terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes. Stolen by Beverly. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Steps back and fires. Count it.
This is one of Paul George's go-to shots. His confidence and ability to rise and fire quickly from the mid-range, crucial.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That is his first foul of the game. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. Down low, Durant, and finished off by Katie.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
About a minute played so far here in the first. Pass to Kennard from downtown. And no good that time.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Rebound by the Clippers.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's the 3. They grab their own miss. And Ibaka is right there.
I have always loved the intensity with which Serge Ibaka plays, especially on the glass. He understands how to use his length.
Brown feeling out a bit, and on the way from Irving for 3. That one misses. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Kennard for 3. And it's Durant with the rebound. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Irving for 3. The putback. It's good on the putback.
How many times have we seen DeAndre Jordan take it off the window and convert? Boy, he is so good.
Beverly the pass to Ibaka. Kennard against Brown. The shot's good from Kennard.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. Then for the Nets, Green, he's checked in for Jordan. James Harden comes in for Bruce Brown. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
Durant, good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Well, we know Kevin Durant can score from all 3 levels. That one, a chippy for him.
Jackson against Dinwiddie. Here's Ibaka. Brooklyn with the rebound. 1:49 left to play in the first quarter. Harris finds Green. Out to Harris. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And this is what we call a sniper from the outside. Joe Harris, a knockdown shooter.
Jackson against Dinwiddie. Kennard, the pass to Leonard. To the middle. Here's Ibaka. Rebounded by the Nets. Durant's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. On the wing, Harris. From the arc. Here's Green. Again, the Nets for 2.
We so often identify Joe Harris as strictly a shooter, but this guy, he is a tremendous passer as well.
It's Jackson with the drive, and that one drops.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup, nicely done.
Green kicks to Dinwiddie. 40 seconds left to play here in the first. Shoots from the elbow. Shot clock at 6. For 3, Harris. No good on that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Inside. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. Jeff Green picks one up.
We are talking about a solid 230 pounds. Kawhi Leonard's strength and his frame allows him to get shots off under duress.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And George is subbed in for Luke Kennard. Harden surveying the D. And no good to start the night, missing his first attempt there. 1 quarter in the books, and it... And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it takes for...
This game, it's...
Greg, you know this, it takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
As a coach, I think you get a certain feel for what your team needs. And credit this guy for not waiting around. He went ahead and made the adjustment.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for the Clippers right now, we've got DeMarcus Cousins, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the small forward. Green kicks to Harden. Shot from the wing. The drive by Green. Shoots it. No good there off the double clutch. The Clippers in the lead. And the wide open shot from Morris. No good with the triple. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Irving passes to Claxton. Here's Green. To the paint. And the rejection by Cousins.
The aggressive defense by DeMarcus Cousins, not content to just alter it, send it back.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Zubac has got his first 2 points of the night.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And the pass to Irving. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent, but 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Go figure is right. Kennard for 3. Cans it from downtown. Kennard's got the lead up to 5 now for the Clippers.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Here's Harden, and the rejection by Cousins. They get it back. Here's Jordan. The Clippers grab the miss. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul. Some changes for Brooklyn. Kevin Durant comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And Joe Harris is subbed in for James Harden. And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
Kennard for 3. Zubac, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Irving with it. Oh, offensive interference. A different look for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Cousins. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Paul George in for Kennard. And a change for the Nets. Dinwiddie's checked in for Bruce Brown. The putback, and Ibaka is right there. Ibaka's got his second basket of the game.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Morris against KD. Now the Clippers with it. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Kept alive.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's Irving. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Boy, just a great use of the pump fake by Irving to draw that defender into fouling him.
Both free throws good for Irving.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Passes it to Ibaka. And a deep three from George. Drills the three-pointer. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
You've got to be prepared on the catch to release quickly, and Paul George does that as well as anyone in the league.
Irving passes to Durant. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists in the game.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Ibaka goes in, misses the layup.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Durant.
Well, don't let Kevin Durant get comfortable from the mid-range, because that is money in the bank.
Durant against Leonard. Lays it up and banks it in. Leonard's got 5.
Well, this guy is such a physical presence. Kawhi, phenomenal at finishing on the post, possesses great touch and great length.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were never able to get the lead above. And that...
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. We've got Durant on out there with Irving. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot.
Well, speed, intelligence, touch. Kawhi Leonard has it all.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That'll be his second foul of the game. Los Angeles making a switch here. Kennard's checked in. On its way from Irving for 2. Out to Harris. A 3 ball. That shot misses.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Lobs it up for Jordan. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. In the corner, Kennard with it. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. And it's good for 2. Leonard's got the lead up to 12 now for the Clippers.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Irving from long range. Jordan kicks to Brown. Jordan trying to free himself up. Another shot. Brown dishes to Jordan. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Kennard for 3. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Nets trail by 12.
And DeAndre Jordan, not the same impact center he once was, but he's done a great job of acting as a leader for this team.
Well, you think about DeAndre Jordan's career, Greg, and over the course of time, he's played a number of different roles. What you like about what he did this past season is, even though in a changing role, he still tried to make an impact. That's called being a teammate.
Boom, he jams it straight down.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
And here is Irving. Stolen away. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Leonard. Paul George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. And then for Brooklyn, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's James Harden in for Kyrie Irving. George from deep three-point land. The shot misses. And Brooklyn will come the other way. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. Jackson has the open look, and the Clippers miss again. Nets trail by 13. And the rejection by Cousins. George with no one around. Misses the three.
He needs to look to try to drive inside and get going. That outside shot is simply not there.
The shot's good. Dinwiddie's got his first points of the night.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
Here's George, and he converts the layup. George has got 11 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Dinwiddie finds Harden. Back to Dinwiddie. To the inside. It's stolen by Morris. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Lets the three fly. The rebound by the Nets. In transition, here come the Nets. Green with the ball. Harden has a wide open look. No good on the three.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
Cousins, no good.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. He's got 14.
Well, after netting one in the first half, that's the second deep ball to go down for this guy.
And here's Green outside. Paul George grabs the miss. Claxton the pass to Green. To the paint. Here's Brown. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
How about the timing from Paul George on that rejection? Twice on the pipe.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Jackson. And it's Beverly in at the point. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Here's Durant. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Well, doesn't Kevin Durant like to put defenders on their heels, and he gets them to foul? Love it.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Now here's Beverly. Pass to Ibaka. Count that one. And the Clippers lead by 14.
What pretty vision right there by Patrick Beverly. Wow.
Nobody near Irving. Green finds Irving. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. 17 points was their biggest margin. Fires the three. The rebound by Jeff Green. Nets trail by 14. Here's KD. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan.
What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
Jackson down low, guarded by Jordan. Leonard with no one around. His three-pointers off the mark. Left side, KD. And then Durant with the dunk.
KD is a force of nature. Sensational dunk at the rim.
Pass to Leonard. Back to Beverly, inside, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard. George is checked in for Reggie Jackson. And it's Kennard in for Patrick Beverly. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Harris is checked in.
Just can't find a shot. It's no wonder they're losing. I mean, he's been completely scoreless all night.
And taken away by Brown. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Shooting. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Irving finds KD. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. So many people know your story, born and raised in Las Vegas. It must have been an amazing feeling then to lead UNLV to its only championship.
I mean, Kevin, you know, playing in front of so many people you know has its pros and cons.
Right.
But to be a part of that 1990 championship team and the only one we've been able to hoist and to have my jersey hanging in that rafter, it's humbling, and yes, it brings back a lot of fond memories.
Like historically good, right? When you think of that team, what that meant, it has a historic place.
It does. We felt like we were able to etch our mark in terms of the lures of the game of college basketball.
Not quite enough defense that time around, just lucky.
Look out! Strong finish.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg. Believe me.
My
With confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself. The shot's good. Brown making the play. KD's got it back down to within single digits for Brooklyn. Now George. The pass to Kennard. Launches it. Los Angeles with another miss.
You've got to find a way to get yourself going in some other way, because hoisting from three is not the answer.
Out of bounds. Next ball as Brooklyn keeps possession. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Fires for three. Buries it from three-point range. And the Clippers lead by 10.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That's his first foul. The 19-foot shot with the tip, and there's Jordan putting it right back in.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Kennard for three, and another three for the Clippers.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight. Well, that's not easy to box out like that. It's just great footwork, and that gave it.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. The Bucks coming into the arena confident they'll be walking out of here with a precious win on the road. The busy freak. Now the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Middleton in at the small forward position. And for Los Angeles, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the 3, the small forward. Lopez with the block.
It's a bonus whenever Lopez comes up with the swat. Want to see more of this from the big fella.
And a miss there on the triple. Outside, George. And the wide open shot from Morris. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Morris has got the game going with his first points of the game for the Clippers. Bounce pass, Holiday. DiVincenzo passes to Middleton. Good on the bucket. And the teams we're seeing tonight, Steve, they have very deep rotations.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10 deep, it keeps your locker room happy. It also protects your team against injuries sinking a season.
That's tipped. Fast break, Milwaukee. DiVincenzo with it. George picks him up. The Bucks working the ball around. Here's Giannis. And the dunk by Giannis.
And guys, that's a sight we've become far too accustomed to see. Antetokounmpo throwing it down like it was just another day at the office.
Morris against Middleton. Back to Morris. Just 5 to shoot. And Ibaka slams it in.
And for Serge nowadays, most of his offense comes from beyond the arc or at the rim.
Now Holiday. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And that's the pressure Holiday puts on your defense. Sees the opportunity, gets his shot inside.
Pass to Ibaka. And here's George. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Middleton can't get it to go. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. And here's Morris for 3. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And a guy with more of a mid-range game, Morris can still jack it up from deep if you give him enough space and time.
The wide open look here for Lopez. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Lopez with the block, and he gets it back. That one falls. Morris has got 8 points.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Giannis inside. Leonard's there. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
And I really marvel at the touch of Antetokounmpo for his size and physique. That's incredible.
The 3 from George. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Middleton on the wing. He feeds it to Antetokounmpo. Over Ibaka. That one off the back iron and out.
Both sides attacking. That was good defense versus good offense.
Launches a 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. And 1:01 left in the first quarter. It's good. Holiday's got his second bucket tonight.
I mean, few guards absorb contact as well as Holiday. In fact, he often delivers as much punishment as he takes.
And Ibaka kicks to Beverley. George with the ball. He's picked up by Lopez. Shot's good by Ibaka.
And that's a good job of spotting up by Serge Ibaka. He's good in those catch-and-shoot situations.
Bounce pass, Holiday. The 3 for DiVincenzo. Doesn't go for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Now the Clippers moving it up. George way outside. From outside off the mark. Bucks trail by 4. And it's sent back by George.
Not going to beat Paul George with that move. He's too long and too talented of a defender.
There's 10 seconds left in the first quarter of the game.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Kennard for 3. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And recently on the subject of trash talking,
I like to stay locked in to the game and football.
Greg, as you always say, different guys intimidate in different ways.
And when you have his level of lift, athleticism, and skill, you don't need to say a word.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second, they've got Chris Middleton. E.J. Tucker is out there with Portis, and it's Forbes in at the 1. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. Shots good by Kennard.
And right there you see an underrated aspect to Cousins' game. Terrific instincts, senses the open man.
Here's Connaughton. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
You want unselfishness, but you also need to keep it under control.
Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Los Angeles. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Antetokounmpo's checked in for Chris Middleton. There's the pass to Kennard. And here is Zubac. Clock at 4. Batum passes to Kennard. The rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully he can stay healthy this go around.
Now here's Jackson. Defense is right there. Pass to Kennard. And it's Zubac atop the key. Back to Kennard. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Portis.
And Kennard's moving into the starting lineup for the first time last season.
And to add to that, he had a larger role offensively. And at the same time, his efficiency increased. That's a good sign.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Jackson finds Kennard. To the middle, stolen by Tucker. Here's Portis, and Portis throws it down.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
Cousins, the pass to Batum. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And Forbes kicks to Antetokounmpo. He can't hit that time. Great D that time from Batum. LA's gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. Kennard for 3. Hits it from three-point range. And it's a 3-point Clipper lead.
I like Kennard's change of pace with the dribble and his ability to stop on a dime.
Forbes the pass to Giannis. It's blocked. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. No good with the triple. And so Giannis will bring it up for Milwaukee. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got 4 points this quarter. Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Chris Middleton comes in for P.J. Tucker. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Holiday in for Bryn Forbes. Shots good by Ibaka.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Bounce pass, Antetokounmpo. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. The shot by Holiday, no good. Clippers have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Puts up a 3. They get it back. On the wing, Holiday. Outside, George. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that's it for the first half of action.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to Marcus Morris was the story in the first quarter. He had 8 points. And for the Clippers, the wing tandem of... And that's a...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You look at Antetokounmpo really making a difference here.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Ibaka is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Beverly in at the point. George, no good.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Starting the half with 3 straight misses. Now how they envision this one.
Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
I'll tell you what, he's been off target all night, and his teammates have had to rally.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and the shot is long.
They just don't have it right now. 0 for 4. Must have been one poor speech at halftime.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Kennard's checked in. And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile one block a moment ago.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
And that one's good. Beverly's got his first points in this one.
Just 6'1", but not many players more physical than Patrick Beverly.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tools, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Kennard's shot is off.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Lopez passes to Holiday. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. He dishes it to Lopez. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
When you've gained a decade or more of experience, this is what tends to happen. Holiday stand very patient, waiting for someone to break free.
Leonard on the wing. Back to Beverly. In the corner, Ibaka with it. All sorts of time. Again, the Clippers.
And that's a nice jumper by Ibaka, showing good touch from mid-range.
And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Bucks. To the left wing. Nwora, the pass to Antetokounmpo. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Holiday against Beverly. Kennard for 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And Holiday kicks to Antetokounmpo. Hold on!
Kevin, you got to buckle up on that one.
And how about the initiative there from Antetokounmpo? Excellent at seeing lanes to the basket and then just taking advantage.
Pass to Kennard. Now Ibaka. Antetokounmpo defending. Ibaka, no luck. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's his first foul. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Bucks leading by 4. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
A nice shot by Tucker.
And Teague knew that he would be open there. Great patience and vision from the point man.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And the whistle blows. It'll be on Pat Connaughton. That's his first foul. .59 seconds left to play here in the third. The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line. About 79% of their free throws.
The rare guy who can do everything at both ends. Paul George gives you a chance to win every night. I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
Teague feeling it out a bit. Cross contact on the shot. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Middleton can't get it to go. Clippers trail by 6. The deep 3 from George. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. George has got 5 points now in the quarter. Now here's Teague. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. The third quarter comes to a close. Bucks lead by 5. We'll be back. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. We've got Bobby Portis. P.J. Tucker is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Holiday, and it's Forbes in at the 2-guard spot. Pass to Forbes. The 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Got a piece of it. Leonard finds Morris. George passes to Cousins. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Here's Holiday. Down low. And to Tecumbo. Lays it up off the glass.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
George against Holiday. Leonard kicks to George. Right side Jackson. And up the court come the Bucks. On the break, Holiday gets the bucket.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
And the Clippers call time here.
Yeah, just looking to tighten up their defense in the paint. They've got to be better.
It's a matter of want to. Helping out, contesting shots. You have to want to make the effort.
For the Clippers, Baca comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Luke Kennard in for Jackson. And then for Milwaukee, Antetokounmpo's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Bryn Forbes. And it's Teague in for Drew Holiday. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. He told them flat out, we are turning the ball over too much, guys. We can't keep making the hero ball play. Slow it down, run the offense, and make the safe pass. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. And he gets it to go.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
DiVincenzo against George. Outside Leonard. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
The pass to Kennard. Back to George. Leonard on the wing. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got 5 assists in the game. And Teague's got the ball here for Milwaukee. 6-point lead. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. And the technical free throw is good.
And really, from second-round pick to all-star, Middleton's story inspirational. Yet even now, it feels like some people continue to sleep on him.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Batum comes in for Morris. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Paul George.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
Kennard's shot is off.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. He hits the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8. A different look for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Paul George in for Kennard. And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Drew Holiday's checked in for the Bucks. George with no one around. Nailed from three-point land.
So comfortable in pick and roll. Paul George is a top-level ball handler who consistently makes the right play.
Giannis against Leonard. The kick out to Holiday. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. Holiday's got the lead up to 9 now for the Bucks.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
George passes to Ibaka. Now, here is Morris. Shot clock at 5. A 3 from Leonard, and another 3 for the Clippers.
Trying to ice this one, Kawhi showing his evolution as a closer.
1:03 left here in the fourth quarter. Holiday, the pass to Lopez. Over Ibaka. That shot missing. And the Clippers will come the other way. The finish. Count it.
Knowing the situation, Kawhi willing and able to take control. Big bucket.
Here's Milwaukee now. Antetokounmpo with the ball. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. It's stolen by Morris.
You've got to take the first good shot they can find.
And even if they make it, they need an immediate foul no matter who catches the ball.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. A Holiday to the inside. Count it.
We're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're down by 4. 5 seconds left in the fourth. What do you think, guys?
I mean, it's iffy that there's enough time to even get a quick shot and a foul.
And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Hello, basketball fans. You've got DA.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. And the Clippers starting five. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Ibaka in at the center position. And for the Trailblazers, they've got Powell. Robert Covington out there with Anthony. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Out to Anthony. Passes it to Lillard. Lets it go with a three. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
You know, you love your star players making others better, and Melo with the vision there.
And a deep three from George. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Powell, no one around him. Morris with the rebound. And here's Los Angeles. It's a three-point game. Count that one.
This guy is such an intelligent guard. Patrick Beverley finding a driving lane and finishing.
We're about 1 minute into the first. Lillard fires away from way outside. That shot is no good, and he's 1 for 3 from the floor. But deep three from George. Off target with his three. Portland's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Lillard with no one around. Hits it from three-point range. Lillard's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Portland.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 6. Off target with the open look.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
George passes to Morris. Three-pointer. And it's George missing. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
And here's Beverley after Damian Lillard was able to get the three to go. And George, here we go, makes it off the glass.
Yeah, you have to respect the focus of Paul George, not letting the defense alter his shot.
Lillard scanning the floor. They get it again. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. From deep. Lillard again missing.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
On the wing, Morris. From deep, George. Ibaka, no luck.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Leonard finds Morris. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Outside, George. George double teamed. On the wing, Morris. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Well, you can tell that Mr. Morris doesn't lack for confidence. This guy is ready to shoot as soon as it touches his hands.
Three-pointer, Lillard. The shot, no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. The deep three from George. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage. And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Pass to Leonard. Back to George. Three-pointer. A three-pointer is right on target. George has got 5.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Lillard with the bucket.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
George way outside. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And another three for Portland.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense. No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
The three from George. Portland grabs the miss. Now Lillard. He's got 18. And the Trailblazers, another three.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
George looking around. And the layup's good off the glass. 9 points in the game so far.
Oh, my goodness. Paul George under duress of exceptional defense. No problem.
The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Portland out in front as they wrap up the first quarter on a 12-4 run. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Greg.
I'm training summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Just stretching out the floor at first. They had the defense scrambling.
And that was obviously the plan coming in. Now the big question, can they maintain that efficiency from range as the game goes along?
Ennis Cantor is out there with Collins. Then there's Derek Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard position. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Now Kennard after the missed three from Damian Lillard. To the middle, it's stolen by Jones. The numbers in their favor. Lillard from deep three-point land. To the wing right side. From deep three-point range. Lillard again missing.
And after that great first quarter from three-point range, he has finally come back to earth.
It's stolen by Jones. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. From deep. Lillard again missing.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Batum for three. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. A lot of great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. You think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right now.
No, we don't do that.
Here's Jackson. Portland making their last shot. Kennard for three. Collins grabs the miss. Deflects the pass. From deep three-point range. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Outside Jackson. And there's the pass to Zubats. And here's Kennard. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Simons surveying the D. Nurkic the pass to McCollum. They get it back. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
That's a two from Kennard. That one doesn't go. Now Portland takes it the other way.
I'll tell you, it's been a struggle for him in this period, and they're struggling as a result.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And it's McCollum in the corner. From 15 feet away, Giles. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Back to Jackson. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Here's Simons. He's still scoreless so far in this one. On the wing, Jackson. Now, here's Kennard. He's guarded closely. Back to Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Takes the 3. The rebound by Giles.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end. Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And the first half is... Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. And no doubt that C.J. McCollum's a great player all the time. But Shaq... And that'll...
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy. Ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. They've got Morris. Ivica Zubac is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the 1 spot.
Boy, I love seeing Cantor distribute the basketball. If you're open, this guy will find you.
And George kicks to Ibaka. Here's Zubac, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Here's Simons. Oh, Covington in position. Not going to go that time. Good work defensively by Morris. Clippers trail by 8.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use. And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
Here's Cantor. Paul George making his last shot. Cantor dishes to McCollum. Over Ibaka. The Trailblazers rebound, and Cantor able to finish. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
I love the hustle and the heart with which Enes Kanter plays. This guy is a terror on the offensive glass.
And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player, can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Anthony's checked in for Giles. Norman Powell comes in for C.J. McCollum. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simon. Hits the three-point bomb.
And we've seen Lillard hit that shot before. He has no fear when it comes to the deep 3.
Here's Leonard, and he drops it in from the low post.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Paul George, he's checked in for the Clippers.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard. And the execution has just been off defensively here in the second. Play after play, it's almost as if they're a step slow.
Now, here is George. He's got 11. Fires the three. Connects from three-point range. George has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, the three-point shooting of Paul George is an important attribute. Because he can put it on the deck, he's got to balance it with that kind of look right there.
A second chance effort. Kicks it out to Lillard. From deep. Serge Ibaka with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Offensive rebound. Outside for George. He feeds it to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered, and Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
Now, here's Lillard. 24 points for him. Shoots the three. And it's Lillard again missing.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Portland leading by 6. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some. Lillard's got 27.
Yeah, in the first half, he was unstoppable from deep. Now, 2 more since the break.
George passes to Beverly. 44 seconds left in the third quarter. The shot by George, no good. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. From deep. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
George with the ball. Powell's there. He gets it in there. George has got 16.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Shoots the three. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Paul George.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. He witnessed him delivering a series of three-pointers as he notched 3 total in the quarter. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. Damian Lillard out there with Norman Powell. And it's Anthony in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Shots good by Kennard.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Three-pointer, Lillard trains the three-pointer. Lillard's got 12 points here in the second half.
All night, he just won't let up.
Jackson with it. Here's Kennard. Zubats, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
Now, Kennard, after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. From deep. From deep three-point range, the long-distance 3 is buried. Lillard's got 6 here in this quarter.
And this is peak Dame. Rising, firing, one of the more confident shooters we have in our game.
Pass to Kennard. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
No three-pointers for him in that first half, but the second half, different story.
Lillard from outside, and again for three.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. Passes it to Kennard. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Back to Jackson. Powell with the steal. Outside Collins. Kennard against Powell. To the right side. 6 on the shot clock. And that one's good. Lillard. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you played for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Now, here's Lillard. Offensive rebound.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Here's Jackson. They need this. And the dunk by Jackson.
You know Jackson can just fly. I mean, that athleticism and energy is off the charts.
Lillard way outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Cousins has got 7 rebounds in the game. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. No good from outside.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Lillard misses.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Trailblazers.
They simply ran him off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Lillard.
Efficient productivity. You love what this guy has given to you on the offensive end.
Nice touch on the shot from close range.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
And a deep three from Lillard. And the Trailblazers, another three.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've got hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
Kennard for three. And another three for the Clippers.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
The tray offline. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a
The borough of Brooklyn is the location for the Clippers. Winning multiple finals MVPs and aiming for another in the near future. Kawhi Leonard and his team have their... It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin. Well,
it does indeed. Thanks, David. And the Clippers starting five. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Brooklyn, they've got Joe Harris. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's Griffin. And it's KD in at the four-man position. And it's Griffin with the rebound.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that.
Where did that come from? That was beautiful.
What a punch.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. Greg, we've got two terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. Well, we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
Irving finds Griffin. Griffin draws the double. Back to Irving. That shot is off. Great D that time from Leonard. And George, here we go. Ibaka outside. Pass to Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Durant, and it's sent back by Leonard.
And just a big-time shot-blocking threat. Leonard.
Oh, the power on that throwdown.
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Here's Griffin. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And Beverly kicks to George. They get a hand on it. Ibaka, and he banks in the layup.
And the lean frame of Ibaka taking the punishment, but still converting the basket. Toughness.
And here is Irving. The pass to Harden. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lessons. But you're right, got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding. And then Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Harden the pass to Irving. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Here's Harden. Banked in off the glass. Harden's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, that barrel-chestedness of Harden's, so much strength and body control. It's hard to stop him from scoring.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he deserves a lot of credit for what he was able to do at the line last year. 86% from the stripe.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Griffin. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. George is checked in for the Clippers. Zubats, that's good.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Harden the pass to Brown. Dinwiddie outside. Rebound by the Clippers. And George, here we go. Kicks it to Batum. Jackson against Harden. Here's Cousins. And that one is good from Zubats.
Boy, a very capable passer. DeMarcus Cousins does a solid job recognizing where to go with the ball.
Harden the pass to Dinwiddie. From the baseline. Just 5 to shoot. He lobs it up. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. It's stolen. Claxton the pass to Dinwiddie. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins.
A shot like that is a polite way to say, hey, coach, bench me.
Hey, that's crazy there. I mean, insanity. At least wait until you get across half court. My goodness.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Al Harden, 6 points for him. There's the lob to Brown. Stolen by Zubats. No good that time. And so the first quarter is in the books. Los Angeles on top. They're up by 4. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder. Everybody wants to win. And there's no...
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. We've got DeMarcus Cousins. Batuma's out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Kennard in a 2-guard. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Nets. 6-point game. Tries from 10. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. The Clippers shooting it as well as you're going to see, 67%. And that's good. Luke Kennard for 3. Kennard's got the lead up to 9 now for the Clippers. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Green inside, working on Zubats. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Kennard finds Zubats. Clippers moving the ball around. A shot by Batum, no good. Dinwiddie outside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Reggie Jackson. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Los Angeles?
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Griffin's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Durant comes in for Green, and Irving subbed in for Brown.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Cousins. Leonard comes in for Ivica Zubac. Marcus Morris is checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
That's a solid blueprint. James Harden. He's checked in for Dinwiddie. Here's KD. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Nets.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Stolen by Harden. Irving against Kennard. The shot's good from Irving.
I think he's the most creative finisher in the league. Irving's so good at finding holes in the defense.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
Los Angeles making a switch here. George is checked in to the paint. Leonard against KD. Leonard, no good, unable to end this run.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here, and he knocks down the first one.
You know, it's become almost a foregone conclusion that Harden is going to lead the league in free throw attempts every year. He is a master at getting to the line. Already a very confident player, knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Here's George trying to get open as Ibaka. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from George.
And providing the score, boy, they needed. That stops a 12-0 run by Brooklyn.
And the Nets miss again.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points.
Oh,
man.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Irving passes to Harden. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
Irving against George. Here's Ibaka. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Ibaka's got his 3rd bucket of the night. The Nets have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Harden against Beverly. Out to KD. 3-pointer. Morris with the rebound. The Clippers in the lead. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. And George gets it to go.
Yeah, excellent determination there from George. This wasn't going to be denied. Fighting off the physical contact and nailing the shot over good defense.
Free throw line jump shot, and it's Durant, that time on the assist by Harden. KD's got 8 points.
And boy, has he come alive. Since the start of the second quarter, he has been on fire.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his 3rd foul of the game. 7 seconds left in the first half of the game. Inside, it's stolen by Green. And that'll do it for the first half. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after 1 half of play. Everybody, welcome back for a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They had a 4-point advantage at the end. And that...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. And it's Durant. Then there's Harris. And it's Griffin in at the center position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Ibaka with the ball. And Griffin picks him up defensively. Ibaka in the post. Griffin's there. Clock is at 3.
The The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
The three from Harden. For three, Harris. It's stolen by Ibaka. Outside, George. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. For three. A shot, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
In addition to his strength, Harden has deceptive quickness. He just has this unique knack to get by whoever's guarding him because he's strong and crafty.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling.
And can put the other team on its heels. We'll see how it plays out.
No good from Irving.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Ibaka. And no good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. 14 feet away. The putback.
Yeah, he's got those Inspector Gadget arms. I mean, they go on forever. Durant a threat on the offensive glass, too.
Irving against George. Here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. Two hands and down.
And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That is his first foul of the game. Brooklyn making some changes. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Griffin. And Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. Shot is good in the Los Angeles leads. Cut down to one on the bucket from Kyrie Irving. Jackson against Dinwiddie. Passes it to Kennard. Fires from deep. No good on that one. The Nets go the other way with it. Outside Irving. The three from KD. Kennard with the rebound. Clippers have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. Outside Jackson. Pass to Cousins. And Durant sends it back.
That extraordinary reach combined with good timing makes Durant a real threat as a shot blocker.
Green, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Bruce Brown comes in for Kyrie Irving. Jackson misses. And so Green will bring it up for Brooklyn. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half, and it's Brown missing. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Jackson passes to Batum, and here's Kennard. To the middle, here's Zubac. Good work defensively by KD. Brooklyn trailing. Brown drives in. They now take the lead. Brown's got his first bucket in this one. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
Durant with the steal. And here we go. The fast break with Dinwiddie. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
The Nets making a switch here. Griffin's checked in. And a switch here also for the Clippers. George is checked in. To halt the run, and it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, nice vision that time displayed by George off the screen and roll.
46 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Dinwiddie dishes to Griffin. Green, the pass to Dinwiddie. Lays it up and banks it in. Dinwiddie's got the lead up to 4 now for the Nets.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Zubac finds Cousins. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Cousins plays inside with an attitude that says, you want to stop me? Give me your best shot.
Dinwiddie passes to Durant. Again, the Nets for 2.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
No question about it. I mean, these teams are really battling hard now.
It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Paul George.
Boy, how about the deceptive strength of George, fending off the defense exceedingly well there and taking the ball strong to the rack.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Brooklyn ahead. They're up by 2. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Setting the floor for the Clippers. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Green, and Irving subbed in for Brown. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for the Clippers. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brooklyn's head coach said to the team. This game is obviously close, could go either way, and he wanted to make sure that his guys were all on the same page and were all staying with the game plan in order to close this one out. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Ibaka, that doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Now here's KD, the fast break opportunity. Kicks it out to Harden. Back to Durant. Puts the move on. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. And the Nets lead by 2.
And, you know, when you get a clean look at the rim, Harden usually will find you. I think he's underrated and undervalued at making his teammates better.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Ibaka outside. Shot clock at 6. Beverly finds George. The shot that time not on target. Great D that time from Jordan. All going up court. From deep. And James Harden good for 3. Now it's a 5-point Nets lead.
You know, the confidence Harden has in his three-point shot, especially that step back that he shoots, is just mind-boggling. He loves letting it fly from deep.
Brooklyn making some changes. Green comes in for Jordan. And Harris subbed in for Luwawu Cabarro. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Morris.
Boy, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
When they've had a chance to attack the basket at any point in this game, they've taken advantage.
It's been a hot shooting night for them, too. I mean, they've hit a lot of those mid-range jump shots.
Lots of room. No good that time. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off. They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Pass to Green. Nets passing it around. It's Harden with the drive. And the jam by Harden.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
George with the ball. And it's George finishing it off.
And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
Here's KD. There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter. Puts it up from 17. Offensive rebound.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
The shot by George, wide open. Oh, and they take the lead. George has got 8 points here in this quarter. Nets trail by 3. Outside Irving. Down low. It's stolen by Ibaka. And they're on the break. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And it's off from three-point range. Tipped away. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Durant. And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for the Nets. Kennard against Harris. Los Angeles with another miss.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Harden can't hit. Here's Los Angeles now. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Beverly finds Ibaka. Back to Beverly. Shot clock at 5. Yes!
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
And the Nets with possession here. It's Durant on the wing. 16 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And they get it. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Now, here's Kennard. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. So the Clippers with the win. They seem to... All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the starting lineups have concluded. So, welcome everyone to a great Sunday night with. Here are the five for the Clippers. We've got Patrick Beverley. Baca is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Morris in at small forward. And for Milwaukee, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. Then it's Brook Lopez, and it's good, 2 points. And it should be a good one tonight, Steve. 2 teams in the playoff conversation.
This is where, Kevin, we see the talent is there on both sides. Also now, this is where coaching can make the difference, putting players in position to come out on top.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Morris with the rebound. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's George. And too long on the shot.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And the rejection by Ibaka.
And that's how you do it. Ibaka still able to surprise people very quick off the floor. Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
And the Bucks with possession here, following the basket by Marcus Morris. Now Lopez. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
That shot is no good. And he's 1 for 3 from the floor. Kicks it out to Leonard. Tries it from 19. And that one is good.
Great rhythm on the catch and shoot. Kawhi showing us what's good.
For Milwaukee, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
Here's Beverly following the bucket by the Bucks. To the paint. Crafty move. In deep. Leonard drops it in. Leonard's got his second bucket of the night.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
Defended by Beverly. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Milwaukee. Holiday comes in for Bryn Forbes. Stolen by Middleton. Oh, and here comes Holiday all alone. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton.
Nice play by Holiday. Terrific speed in the open court. Defending him, you have to change ends quickly.
Jackson kicks to Leonard. Zubac's the pass to Leonard. Kennard on the wing. 6 to shoot. Makes it off the glass.
Can't let Kennard get this close. Once you do, he's going up with it.
Outside Portis. Holiday looking over the floor. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. Now, here's Kennard. Passes it to Jackson. Back to Kennard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Jackson misses. For Milwaukee, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. DiVincenzo passes to Holiday. That ties it up.
I mean, few guards absorb contact as well as Holiday. In fact, he often delivers as much punishment as he takes.
Now here's Jackson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. The layup off target. Bucks have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%.
Great look by Portis. For a young player, he really understands what they're trying to do.
Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Kennard. Back to Jackson. Pass to Mann to the inside. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Bounce pass onto Kumbo. Portis kicks to Holiday. Tie game in Milwaukee. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And regarding the mental aspect of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Definitely getting to slow down a lot for me.
Well, Greg, that might be why they put up so many points. They all know the roles. They've got the right recipe for everything they want to do on offense.
Yeah, his awareness plus unselfishness puts defenders in a no-win situation.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Kennard in at the 2-guard spot. Here's Connaughton. The shot comes out, and the Clippers will go the other way with it. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Morris with the ball. They get it back. No good from Zubac. Milwaukee in the lead. Holiday, the pass to Porter. Oh!
Yes. Already with a lot of muscle packed onto his frame, Bobby Portis able to finish through contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Free throw good, Portis. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also, at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
I mean, a tremendous all-around talent. Drew Holiday keeping his eyes up and his options open.
Kennard for 3. Rebounded by Tucker. Milwaukee leading by 5. Here's Portis. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Portis has got 5 now.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
The shot's good from Kennard.
Outstanding decision. Kennard is getting better and better at creating offense for himself.
Holiday, the pass to Nwora. Holiday against Jackson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
It was a little bit of a battle for him all season long. Last year, only shooting about 71%.
Every day, Holiday can be relied upon to bring focus, energy, toughness, and he's a terrific competitor.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And George, here we go. Ibaka finds Leonard. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
And it's blocked.
At the point guard position, Patrick Beverley is a great shot.
Oh, the power on that throwdown.
Letting it all hang out when George takes flight. Just enjoy the show.
1:32 left in the first half of basketball. Here's Holiday. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Beverly. No points in the game yet for him. Nobody near George. And the three off target. And it's Milwaukee's ball. They're on a 15-6 run. Holiday with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. Outside, George lets the three fly. That shot, no good. Milwaukee leading by 9. DiVincenzo kicks to Holiday. DiVincenzo gets the bucket. DiVincenzo's got his third basket of the night right there.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
An uncontested shot at the rim. You have to compete at all times.
And he jams it with authority.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Outside Holiday. Throws it up high.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And we finished one half of basketball. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to a competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. They never put themselves in too much danger. And that...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Nice game. Great performance by Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Then there's Teague. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Nora in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
You know what it is, a lack of concentration. That's a momentum killer.
And I'm glad we got to see the Mobile One block once more. What a play.
And when you're behind in the game, that's what you've got to do. Contest every shot.
A nice shot by George.
Always a threat to get to the rim. This time, Paul George pulls up and buries it.
And here is Teague. Lobbed up there for Lopez. It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
He's a high-energy forward with great length. Surge forcing the turnover and making it happen.
Here's Teague. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Nora, and they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Now, here is George. And the three ball is good. George has got 7.
The mechanics on Paul George's shot are so good. In the end, the range makes no difference.
Teague with the ball. Lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Clippers trail by 13. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. The NBA continues to build international academies to develop prospects from other countries. Already, academy graduates are playing Division I college basketball. And before long, NBA players should start emerging from that pipeline. The league continues to reach out to find overlooked youngsters who have a gift and give them the opportunity. Guys?
Outstanding, David. Thank you.
I mean, he is explosive with his leaping ability. Paul George is well-versed in finishing above the rim.
Now, here's Teague. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. He's looking for Middleton and finds him.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
And he comes up with the deuce. Giannis has got his second basket of the night. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better break.
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Leonard with the ball. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. Outside for George. From deep three-point range, kept alive. And that one is off. Bucks leading by 13. The shot by Middleton, wide open. And the Bucks miss again. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Leonard with the bucket.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Teague deciding where to go with it. It's Middleton at the elbow. Back to Teague. Just 5 on the clock. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. Lopez, no luck.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the balls.
He made it! Yes! He made it!
Yes, he did!
Yeah. That's a miracle. Are you kidding me?
I didn't think that shot had any chance of going in. Just shows you that anything can happen in this game.
And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Batum. Jackson is out there with Kennard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Zubats in at the 5.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
There's the lob to the hoop. Holiday gets the bucket, and the Bucks lead by 12.
And that's the pressure Holiday puts on your defense. Sees the opportunity, gets his shot inside.
Jackson passes to Kennard. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger. Outstanding pass in transition there for the easy deuce.
Bucks leading by 10. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. To the paint.
I like the setup there by Holiday, a true combo guard. He understands that his playmaking is key to helping this offense run well.
Now, here's Kennard. Zubac trying to break loose. Kennard's shot is off. Now the Bucks moving it up. There's the lob. Antetokounmpo stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Kennard finds Zubac. Oh, here we go. Antetokounmpo. Nobody. Oh, my goodness. Where did that come from?
I loved it.
That was beautiful.
Loved it.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. Cousins, the pass to Jackson. Here's Kennard. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Kennard for three. They get it back. Milwaukee leading by 14. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Kennard covering. The three. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Clippers have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. And Ibaka kicks to Kennard. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
And it also shows you how difficult this game is. He's just a little bit off, but it can result in missing everything.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Flexing at the rack. Leonard doing what he can to fire up his teammates.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Traps in the tray.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
You can't afford to give him space. Those kinds of mistakes have been the story of this game.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
A fierce competitor. Kennard fires back with a three of his own.
From the arc. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds in this game. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Mistake by the defender, following a very good free throw shooter in Kawhi.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Bobby Portis. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for P.J. Tucker. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Bryn Forbes. And Middleton subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. A shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Launches a three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter. And here's George for three. He doesn't hit that one. And Milwaukee the other way now. At one point, they led by 16.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for Milwaukee.
2 great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Jrue Holiday.
You love to see this kind of leadership, directing traffic, keeping everyone happy. He was the straw that stirred the drink.
Milwaukee, no good that time either. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. George has got the ball, off target from outside. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here's Giannis from outside. Milwaukee the rebound. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers, trailing here by 8. This one for three. And the rebound goes to Lopez. From deep. An absolute bomb from three-point range. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
That's what happens when nothing goes your way. You start to lose focus, and it makes matters worse.
Offensive rebound. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it for